Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pullze Check podcast, man. We promised you guys a podcast after the beta. Today is Wednesday. The beta just finished. So, chat, or YouTube, without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's see kind of our thoughts and opinions on the beta. But before we do, let's kind of go over, let me introduce the peeps today. My boy Rampage, guys. He is number one yapper. We figured we put him on the pod today.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Go ahead.
No, I got that achievement. Yeah, dude. I don't know how I ended up getting it, but I heard later on it's 1 for 1. So, but it's still I'll take it.
I don't know what he just said, but we got Ebatez. Ebatez, how we doing, man?
What's up, baby? How we doing, YouTube? Everybody in the chat was goody.
And then, last but not least, we have my boy JGod. JGod, how we doing today, man?
JGod.
Good. Excited to talk about the beta.
Okay, look, man. Without further ado, bro.
Yeah.
I think we all gave our own. Let's start off hot.
Oh, spicy, huh?
At least us three, we started off with. We gave an initial rating. I believe mine was a 7. Ebatez was like
7.
9.
No, you said 5. Oh,
5
no,
for
Warzone.
Warzone.
My bad. You're right.
Warzone.
Oh, yeah.
Warzone was a 5.
All right, my bad.
Warzone
I
was
said
true.
7 or 8. I think I said 7 or 8.
Okay.
I said 8.
Damn.
I said multiplayer 7. Warzone 5. Ebatez, you said 7 or 8. I think you were on the
I think I
cusp.
said 8. I'm pretty sure I said 8.
JGod, what was yours?
I think mine was 7.5 or 8.
7.5 or 8. Okay. Now,
That was really good.
after playing the beta for now 4 or 5 days, whatever it's been, have you guys changed your thoughts, or are you guys still at the same thing?
I would say for me personally, I think 8 is probably where I'm at. I think it's really good. Honestly, it's like a 10 out of 10 is like crazy. I don't know. I'm like trying to think. There's not many things that I've, at least as far as I've like noticed that could make the beta better. Maybe obviously like we need S&D, some different game modes, a little repetitive, whatever. But honestly,
And
dude,
some of those concerns are things that we already know we're going to have.
right.
S&D will be there. Hardcore as a game mode will likely be there.
CTF.
There's like stuff that you could go, oh man, they don't have this, but the reality is we know we'll have it, so you can factor that in kind of to the
As a
score,
beta,
you know?
dude, it's really good. This is probably one of the best beta drops we've had in a while.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right. JGod, what did you change your thing?
No, nothing's changed. I mean, I knew when I first played it back in June, it was going to be good. And then we got to play it again. And then like this, like the 4th or 5th time, like nothing's going to change it. I already know it's going to be good.
Okay. So same thing.
Yeah. Same.
JD, I don't know if you're looking at the comments, JD, but everybody's spamming
I think it could go up. I think it could go up even if they had looping streaks. I think that's a realistically thing they could change, even if it's non-lethal streaks, or they do this thing where the second time you're getting the streaks, they cost 100 more than they did the first time. So at least there's like a scale. So it's not like it's just super easy to get high-end streaks back to back to back.
Right.
I think there's different systems they can do, like that they could theory craft and work. Hopefully the second weekend we'll get more opportunity to explore some of those things. I think most of the maps they went with are a little bit small. That's like whatever. That's gonna be great for just spamming away like camos. You don't have to level them up. I mean, there's a lot of quality of life stuff they're doing. I think that just make the game play well.
Yeah. I think
I think some things are a little bit slow. That's where I would say like and it's not necessarily animations, just like a hair slow, because it doesn't need to be instant. Like for example, if you throw a nade, then how long it takes for your weapon to come back up, that's slow.
Damn.
Those are the little things.
But not like I don't really care as much about the dive, because the dive could be broken. Like if you were able to fire instantaneously, it'd be broken.
Yeah, it'd be broken.
Okay.
It'd be
a lot of
broken.
kills.
So
you know,
go ahead.
Yeah, I think the another thing that I didn't really love was the meta. Obviously, like the jackal or whatever it was insane. Like that thing was disgusting. Everybody was using it, and then I don't know why for betas. Maybe I might have some people disagree. I feel like they should just give you every attachments. Like why even level up guns in beta? They should just give you everything, just so you can play the game.
I see.
I agree and disagree.
Same.
I think there's a benefit to doing that, is that obviously everything would be unlocked, but what happens is everyone would just gravitate towards the same attachments.
The meta ones,
because it would just copy and paste. Versus if you're leveling up, it should be fast, like super fast. Each match you should be getting like 10 levels or some shit.
Right.
So
You say that, but I feel like
let me try this, because you're only going to use what's available to you, right? In this particular setup, it's not like you got to level 5 and you're like, yep, I'm using this build until we get to level 41. That's not what's happening. You know, as you build up,
That's
even
good.
though
That's good.
if you're using the PDW, you're using like the blueprint version. So you're not even really exploring. That's really what happened with the PDW. People didn't even explore loadouts.
Yeah.
Max level, they didn't change a damn thing from the basic iron sight, whatever build that the beta gave you.
But yeah, I didn't even use an AR. I was just running around with that thing the entire time.
No way.
The jackal.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that thing was
look,
nuts.
I guess I'll kind of give my 2 cents because I was pretty harsh on my my experience. I was harsh as fuck on Warzone, which again, there's nothing I can really do to change that until I play Warzone again.
You said multiplayer was good.
I said 7. Yeah, I said multiplayer is pretty good. 7. But honestly, I'm raising that shit. Like after playing the beta for 5 days, and I think JGod kind of hit on the nail. There are still things that are clunky, like the animations, like even mantling is hella slow. Like you said, throwing things. Like there's certain things that just don't feel snappy. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it might be the animations or throwing nades or whatever it is. Something just feels different, right? But after spending 5 days on the game and learning the movement, because I will say it's very different. Like, for example, when I play Modern Warfare 2019, whatever, even Modern Warfare 3, I was like, oh, this movement is cracked, right?
Yeah.
But then I go and play Apex. I'm like, yo, Apex movement is slow as fuck. It's clunky.
No.
But then I see people having insane movement on Apex, doing crazy shit. But that's just, I don't know how to do that movement. I haven't learned it yet. So I do think a good part of why I was so harsh, and maybe even in Warzone as well, is because I didn't know the movement. I didn't understand it. So now spending 5 days, it's not, it doesn't feel as clunky as I thought originally. Even in multiplayer, I was like, oh, it felt a little bit clunky. In my opinion, it doesn't feel as clunky multiplayer. I'm curious to see if my opinion is skewed on Warzone as well. But I will say, so much shit when it came to Warzone was still clunky. From throwing the ammo boxes, fucking throwing nades as well, mantling, everything. Maybe that's why it reminded me of Warzone 2, right? I don't know. But I will say I'm bumping my shit to like a 7 to an 8.
Damn.
I went from beta to Warzone, and I was like, holy fuck. This shit. I was like, so here's one thing. One thing I'll add, and JGod, all you guys let me know what you guys think. I felt like the movement was slower on Modern Warfare 3, we have now. But the animations and the snappiness was way faster. So like
the YY, like throwing nades.
Everything. Even YY sucks on beta as well.
Yeah, YY
so bad. I think part of that problem too is that, like, I think a lot of creators, not anyone in particular, but I think a lot of them do a terrible job of like explaining specifically. I think a lot of creators, when they did come back, they would say, oh, it's clunky. But then like you'd be like, well, what's clunky? Well, I don't know. Like in your case, you said, well, the mantle. Well, yeah, it is clunky when you bring that up. That's a specific bullet point where we can go, I agree or disagree with you. And this is how we can tune it to speed it up, right? Because we had a similar issue in MW3, but most of the time, if you just go clunky, that's like when people comment game is trash. Like, okay,
like,
how is
what's
it
trash
trash,
about
dog?
it?
Like, what are we doing?
I see.
So I think that's something that not enough creators do, talking explicitly about issues. Like, I agree that when you call in a streak, it takes way too long to pull out the phone and then put it away. You can't YY out of it like you could. And I think in Cold War, you could have. So there's a bunch of different mechanics that are like this, where you could actually go through and list them. And it would make more sense to go, okay, here's things that they can actually address, versus people saying, oh, it felt clunky. Then the devs have no actionable items to actually change anything.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, again, I normally, I'm going to be honest, when giving the devs my feedback, they know me as like, bro, when I give them feedback, I go through a whole fucking list of things. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I pinpoint everything. This was the year where I told them, I was like, I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why it feels clunky. I can't. I'll say for me, now obviously playing, the YY after reloading feels slower. Like the time it takes for you to pull up your gun. Obviously, streaks, like JGod said, mantling. It's like we got used to how mantling feels on Warzone, and it's significantly slower on the beta, and in turn, significantly slower on Warzone, right? But even then, again, it could be honeymoon phase. I don't know what it is. I had a lot of fun on the beta. Like, that was genuinely really, really fun. Rampage, talk to me. What did you think about the beta? I know you weren't in the last podcast, but what are your general thoughts on it? Be blunt. You can be honest.
From the beta, yeah, just from playing it, I feel like most of the time, I get very like, I have like a TikTok brain now, bro. I'm be honest. Like after a while, I get tired and I want to see something different.
Okay.
But for the beta, I was locked in. I not only play like 8 hours, the next day like 6 hours, but the whole time, like even though after I reached level 30, I wish in the beta they would let you like level up to at least like prestige 1 or something. Because after I reached my level threshold, I'm like, I got bored. Even though I could have gone for the rest of the attachments, I was trying different out guns, but that JGod was just overpowering, bro. You couldn't like, you couldn't move or anything.
JGod.
Bro, dude, that
Jackal.
thing across the map, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just spawning in, and I feel like I don't know why the snipers. I don't really like sniping like that, but the snipers had aim assist or something. It was cracked, bro.
You know, that's a big complaint in the sniper community is that the snipers suck in this game.
Really?
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen plenty of 7-ons.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people get crazy clips.
Yeah,
but
They must not suck that bad.
maybe.
No, bro. Like for me, I don't even snipe. I just literally just put it on, bro. Aim assist, boom, just get a kill. Aim and get a kill. Like that. That's like it was crazy. And even like the shotgun, bro. They put me a shotgun with a scope. I was like, man, what the hell is this? But I was rocking it. I was like, yo,
You said fuck it.
yo, cross mapping fools, bro. It was crazy. But like,
You liked it? 0 to 10 if you had to give a number.
yes, I don't know. I feel like I'm too heavy on the game, bro. I don't know. Like obviously, like it's smooth, like when you do the things. But like you said, like if I want to do right and I want to do like a little like cancel, go to the left side, is not like snappy like that, or like I guess I'm not sure you'll call it smooth. And another thing, I know like we haven't been having bunny hop in a while. I know it doesn't matter, but like
We'll talk about that. That's a subject we're going to talk about.
Oh shit, okay. But yeah, I would say like I want to be like fully like fluid. Like I want to be like water. Like if character is water, I want to control it. I want to be a water bender. You know, like,
Okay.
so I want to do that. So that's what I think.
So
One other animation that I noticed quite a bit is I like the drop shot a lot.
okay.
But
That felt
drop
slow.
shotting does not feel good in this game. It's almost like you have to slide and then do it,
Yeah,
or else the animation's slow, which is something that I'll just have to get used to, sliding into a drop shot instead of just drop shotting.
Okay.
But the drop shot feels slow.
That's one thing that people were saying as well. Now, I have a question for JGod because I feel like you kind of know this. Is there a way to test the movement speed? I'm curious to see.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, how like I'm curious to see from right now, Modern Warfare 3, you get into Warzone or multiplayer and you auto tac sprint. What's the difference with, let's just say, a default gun, whatever? Like, is there a way to
offhand? No.
Would there be a way to
test
compare
but
it?
It's not something. Yeah, you could compare it pretty easy. You would just see the animation when the frame changes. You could tell when the animation goes from normal sprint to tac sprint.
Okay.
And I think there's testing that can definitely be done. It's not.
Yeah, you
something I
could
tested
ping
for
like
the
something
beta, though.
20 meters away. You could ping something 20 meters away and then
Well,
see how
he's
quick
talking
you
about.
can-
You're talking about for
Both.
that the pinging. That's what I initially was thinking. The speed. You can definitely test that. You can go to the firing range, ping 20 meters. You
Wow.
run from point A to point B, and then you just do distance over time, and
That's
you get
cool.
speed. But
Okay.
the actual animation one, you would just count frames. And
Okay,
see when the
I
animation.
would
how
love
long
to
it
see what
takes.
those two are because there's something, and again, with movement that feels slow, but it's weird because it feels so free. Like you can do
Yeah.
like there's times where I feel fucking twisted. I feel cracked.
Yeah.
Like you're able to do anything you want, but there's just times where I'm like, fuck, I feel heavy. So going into the topic at hand, I want everybody to tell me what did you not like the most about the beta, and I'll say, in my opinion, my experience changed heavily, and this is my biggest gripe with the beta and with the game, is the difference between the way the game feels when you have perks or when you don't is too drastic, in my opinion. So for me, if I didn't have dexterity, if I didn't
True.
have double time, if I didn't have gung ho,
Oh my god.
I felt incredibly slow. And that's how I thought when I initially played the game. I was like, bro, this game is it's so heavy. I expected way better. Then once I got those perks, I was like, oh, I was moving. Like, and then on top of that, you get the extra, that perk that gives you increased movement speed after getting a kill. So that made the game feel crazy. Obviously, I know you can't add that into Warzone, but that on top of stims, for me, is what really changed the game for me. And in my opinion, the perks are almost, maybe it works for multiplayer, but if that's the case with Warzone, like the base movement speeds are going to be incredibly slow, but then you got to have all these crazy perks. That's my biggest gripe. And again, I'm kind of comparing it to Warzone. That's my one big what I don't like. So Ebatez, tell me what's like something that you didn't like or what, you know?
Yeah. I guess overall, I mean, like I said, it was pretty repetitive. I know some S&D would have been cool. I did not like the HVT mode. I think that could be reworked a little bit. I think maybe like a King of the Hill would be cool. Like when I was watching the Fortnite 4v4 EWC, there's like it's like King of the Hill kind of, or King of the Crown, where like somebody's holding like a flag, and if you kill them, they drop
just
it.
Steal it from Halo.
They should just steal it. Yeah, exactly, from Halo. So I think that would be way better, because right now it's weird. It's like HVT, there's like 2 of them, and then you have plates. You get like I don't know. It's just kind of like awkward. Like, and everyone was camping. Just feels super campy. I'd like it where there's only one and everyone's just fighting for it. Like that would be sick.
Right.
So I guess that would be an improvement. I guess, yeah, obviously game modes are kind of like a nitpicky, because I feel like it's just a beta at the end of the day. We didn't really get to test the full game.
Yeah.
Metas, yeah, it was a little weird. I was just using the Jackal the whole time. But overall, I mean, dude, my experience was really, really good. I mean, like I said, if those are the things I'm picking out, it was a pretty good experience for me.
Okay. All right. JGod, what did you not like? Is there anything like...
I think the gap in movement between rifles and SMGs is a little bit too large.
Okay.
What I noticed is when I was using on the first like hour or two, I was using the Jackal, you would actually use more of the Omni movement because it feels less punishing. But if you pulled out a rifle, you're playing it exactly like Cold War. Little to no diving because of how much slower the gun felt. And the LMG, I didn't play with it during this beta weekend, but in the times I played with it before, very much the same feeling where there's the gap there is too large. I feel like the spawns definitely need work, but that's IW engine problem that they'll eventually get sorted out. And then I feel like pretty confident they'll figure that part out. And I don't know, the packet bursting was a pain in the ass all fucking
the packet
day.
burst. You know, people were saying that they're having that shit. I did not have that once. I wonder what that was. What's that? Was it?
You got
What was
the
that
server
about?
in your house.
Low key, it's in Dallas.
Yeah. Let me go.
Well, that's the
go
problem too with betas. They usually have less servers. So normally I would connect to LA, but I think the server, looking at the chart on the NetDuma posted or whatever, like I'm connecting to San Francisco or something, which is still like low ping, but it's not like my local server or whatever. Packet burst is bad.
I actually didn't know. People were saying that, and obviously I can only speak on what I have knowledge on, but that I did not have one single packet burst game. Not one, which is kind of insane. Did you have
like
any?
9 out of 10 matches?
Yeah.
Every 12 seconds, it literally will stutter hard and makes the game nearly unplayable.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I had,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rampage.
I had that for a little bit, and then like I don't know if I resetted the PC and it ended up working. Thank God. But after that, like I never really had any like pack loss issue. Some players will get it in the very beginning, and then the whole game will be fine. But
I wonder what the plans are this year for serviceability, because I know they talked about it a little bit, saying that they want to improve their servers and stuff. And like, obviously they don't want to release a game that you can't like play. Like the whole point is to play the game. Like if you can't play the game because of bad servers, like what's the point? So I know they've talked about they want to improve their serviceability. I just don't know like how they even go about that. Obviously we don't know much about it, but I don't know. Servers need to be like a huge priority, because like I said, if you can't play the game how you're supposed to or how it's intended, it's like what's the point? There, you know, we could sit here and give the game a 6 out of 10 because of bad servers when it could be a 10 out of 10. It's like if you can't play the game how it's supposed to, it's, you know, it literally just ruins the whole experience.
Yeah.
So hopefully server stability is like a huge focus this year.
That's like Warzone as well. But
Yeah, the Warzone ones are miserable, bro.
Ramcock, talk to me. What did you not like?
bro, I have like so many like listed, but hopefully I don't forget them as like I'm talking about them.
Go ahead.
And it's something is so dumb. I mean, obviously it's probably not a thing, and I'm the noob. SBMM, like I feel like SBMM was like ranked, bro. You could kind of like tell, and then bro, I was playing MLG kids, bro. Like I was probably one of those clips that you guys saw getting trick shotted.
You were playing in full parties. Did you play solo at all?
It was just me and Cranks. It'd be solo or me and Cranks. But I would say solo.
Matchmaking will factor in parties too.
Yeah.
So
solo was way better experience for sure. But I don't want to play solo. I want to play with my friends. But I want to dominate the lobby.
It was early access. It was early access. So technically all the sweats are in the first week of the beta.
True.
When does the beta open again? Friday?
Friday.
That would be open beta. So now anybody can play.
Another thing would probably be like the maps. I know it's probably so dumb, but like I wish I had more maps, because like there's only like I got tired of like, especially the green realm, the green map. Oh my god, that spawns on
Scud.
bro. They're spawning behind you, bro. I swear, I just killed a guy and he just killed me, bro. Going for the nuke, bro. I'm be honest, I only got 10, bro. It's all good. I self-reported. It's all good. but another thing, Omni movement, man. Obviously, like
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on Omni?
I mean, I love Omni movement, but like, this is just my self-desire. What I want is just like, you already have Omni movement. You could do all this crazy shit. Like, might as well just like, can I shoot off the holster, bro? Like, just get mixed with it, like just stuff like that. But I mean, obviously they can't do that. But that's just my own.
Wait, what do you
like,
mean shoot off the holster?
Yeah, like you got caught off guard. Like you sometimes like you're like, oh, how'd that opponent get there? And like you're just gonna.
Are you saying not pulling up your gun?
Yeah,
you're insane. You're
hip
insane.
firing, hip
No,
firing.
just
hip firing.
like you know,
this
like,
guy. Yeah, there's hip fire, bro.
some high noon, like boom, you know, like
Okay. Well, look, man. I mean, honestly, I think I do think this is going to be a learning curve. Again, I've said this so many times.
True.
I try not to get too excited with the beta because for the last 2 years, and it's no troll. 2 years.
Yeah.
First year, we had bunny hopping, the beta. The game came out, they took it out. Last year, they gave us a tax sprint immediately after slide canceling. It was damn near perfect. And then the game came out and they took that away. And it's still the same till now. We still don't have bunny hopping. And right now, our tax sprint, there's still a delay when after you slide cancel to when you can tax sprint. Most people just got used to it. So I'm going to try not to get too excited for it, like before the actual game comes out. If anything, I feel like they got to go faster. If anything, they got to go, yes, Rampage, go
Okay,
ahead.
my bad, bro. Dude, that's another one that I forgot was TTK, dude. Dude, I don't know what it is
You could
about
have
it.
waited for me to finish.
Oh shit. My
Go
bad.
ahead,
I thought it was the end of the segment. So you know.
Go ahead.
But yeah, dude, TTK, like I don't know if what it is, or sometimes I feel like I'm like zapping these fools, and sometimes I feel like they're just eating, and I'm obviously relatively shooting them up or higher, like to their head and everything. But like that's probably like my biggest thing. I'm like sometimes
Yeah.
It's
it
just a
feels like-
connection. That's connection stuff.
connection.
Every beta's
Bro,
like
we got
that,
the
yeah.
server. Bro.
That's gotta be
What?
so.
Shoot
Like,
first, die first. Shoot
is that
first, die first.
tick rate? Is that what that is?
No, that's lag comp. They're
Okay.
trying to figure out their systems. I don't know how they have to fuck it up every year, but that's literally, I'm pretty sure that's just lag comp every time on the game registering when you shot. Because the person's screen, if they're deleting you, on their screen, they shot way before you. And that's why you're feeling it instantly. It's just kind of like,
Damn.
dumb, but the system takes forever to figure itself out.
Wow, I didn't know
Okay.
it was that complex.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, kind of going back to that, I think those are things that they're probably going to figure out. They did say it's supposed to be faster than Cold War. So, yeah, that's...
But it's only a small amount.
It's not, it's like not crazy,
No,
right?
it's not a lot.
No, it's like less than 10% difference.
But I also
It's
think
really
I think the
small.
long range engagements were
Yep.
better on Cold War. Like I think they were quicker. I think this game it feels a little off. I don't know why.
I don't know. I feel like I've deleted, but I don't know what the actual, like it could have been right before the damage drop off, like 35, 40 meters maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
Okay.
That could
Yeah.
be.
All right. Well, look, man, there's a couple things I know we kind of wanted to discuss. The beta itself, I think it's for
Great.
a beta, it's really good. I do hope that they start to improve things. I mean, Ebatez, you had a whole kind of thing on bunny hopping. Kind of, what's your thoughts on that, and do you think it should return?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with this, especially Omni movement, like why not let people go and move how they want to? Like, why are you able to sprint like to the left and right, and then you can't like continue that momentum? It just feels like weird. Like when you jump right now, it does feel a little Warzone 2-y or like Modern Warfare 2-y. It feels a little like
true.
There's a lot of sway in the game, bro. A lot of sway.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like, why not just let us flow? As we had it in Warzone 1, bro, and I don't like nobody was like tweeting, please take out bunny hopping. Like I don't think any
you
casuals
didn't
were
check
like
Reddit.
there's really was Reddit cooking the bunny hopping?
I think most casuals hate bunny hopping.
Which I
They even
totally
hate what
understand.
people do
but
now. They even hate
but-
what people do now where they just spam jump.
They'll hate anything. But that's the thing about this game that I like. I feel like, yes, like we have Omni movement, which I think Omni movement's, I think it's crazy and I think it's sick, but it's not like I think it's more of like a marketing thing rather than like you're not using Omni movement all the time, but when you can use it, it's sick and it's dope. So it's like, there's a time and place for it, which is awesome. But it's like realistically casuals, nobody's using Omni movement all the time. Like there's no way. So I feel like this game is really for everybody. Like there's probably times where casuals sprint left and right and they love it and they don't even realize what they're doing. Like, so anyways, going back to what I was saying, I think bunny hopping should be in for sure. Like why I limit players, especially if you're giving us like this free flow, like you can sprint up, left, down, right, back. You could dive backwards. You could do a 360. I saw people doing like spins, and then like when I jump though, I feel like a there's
That's what I'm
sandbag.
saying.
It doesn't make any sense. I feel like you should be able to bunny hop, but you don't have to make it crazy. Like Warzone 1 was crazy. Maybe make it just like a little bit, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
like one hop instead of fucking.
You got
well,
my
yeah.
vote.
We did talk to the devs about that last year. They said they were looking into it. I'm assuming they couldn't find a solution to that, and it never got added into the game. So I don't know if Treyarch wants it. I mean, to be fair, in my opinion, Omni Movement's fucking cracked. They just need to fix. They just need to fix. My opinion. I think if I can learn how to do this, or if somebody on the internet knows how to do this, I'm curious to see the speeds of like what JGod said, how fast to bring up your gun for tac sprint, and then from distance to distance, what's the difference in speed between regular sprint and tactical sprint, between Modern Warfare 3 and Treyarch, because there's something that is still making me feel a little bit heavy, and I don't know why, but I do think the game is very free. Like it's freeing. And again, last year we said the same thing about the delay after slide canceling, and we all just got used to it. We hated it. We said, why would you do that? Why would you tell us like there was a delay beta weekend 1 last year. Then they go, we hear you guys on the feedback. Beta weekend 2, we're gonna remove the delay. They removed the delay. Beta weekend 2, everybody loved it. Said, oh my god, thank you so much. And the game came out and they added back the delay.
Damn.
So, like either way, we're gonna get used to it, and it is what it is. I think I've learned that over the last 4 years that like they're gonna do whatever they want, and it is what it is. But I'm just curious to see what the difference. Like I'm trying to figure out what to pinpoint of why it feels heavy. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways. But that, JD did bring it up, I think a little bit early, but there was a post there about you with tactical sprinting and sprinting. Ebatez.
Yeah.
JGod, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, Ebatez, if you want to kind of explain it to him.
Yeah. So what I was saying is like,
I'm familiar. Oh, go ahead. It's your
I could give people context real quick. So what I was saying basically right now, there's walking, there's running, and then there's like tactical sprints. So there's like 3 different animations on how to move. And I was thinking, I'm like, why do we even have tactical sprint animations? Like I personally don't understand it. I feel like it'd be easier if we could just run or walk and then like crouch walk or something. And I feel like the animation, like the problem with not unlimited auto tac sprint all the time is that we're like up and then guns down and then we're walking and it's like up. It's like very like, it just feels clunky. So I was thinking, I'm like, why don't we just make the tactical sprint speed, just make it run, or the sprint with like a normal animation so it's consistent. So we're either walking or just running one way, instead of like these different animations all the time where it feels like you have to like time things all the time. It's like you have to time it. Oh, my tac sprint's back now. Okay, now it's gone. And now I'm walking and now I'm running and now I'm sprinting. It's like, it just feels super weird to me. So I was like thinking, I'm like, what would be, in my opinion, simpler for everybody? I feel like this would cater to both casuals and the sweats. It's like you could be consistent in your sprinting, and everything is very intentional. That's the word. Everything is very intentional.
Yes.
Where it's like, if I want to sprint and I know what animation I'm going to get. Sometimes when you sprint, that's why you dead slide, because you're like, oh, I thought I was sprinting and it was like awkward and I just didn't know my tactical sprint wasn't back. So I don't know. But yeah, JGod, feel free
what's your thoughts on that? I have a couple opinions on this.
I've been saying this since Cold War.
Okay.
In my videos of early access, Cold War didn't have a tac sprint and it feels like an actual COD, versus tac sprint is not inherently a COD movement.
Okay.
Oh.
So here is my 2 cents on this. I do think, and I saw somebody tweet this and they were like, yeah, I think it was my boy Excels. He didn't do it in the nicest way, but he pretty much said like, why would we take something off? I'm assuming you saw your tweet, Ebatez. He's like, why would we take something off that makes you feel, even though it's not, maybe it might not be true, makes you feel faster, right? So the animation to regular running, it's kind of just like this or whatever, right? Like it's like, but then tac sprint, it's like, it's like you look faster or whatever. So what his thought process was like, it looks a lot faster than regular tac sprinting, and obviously it is, right? So my thing is, I want the speed of tac sprint consistently. Right. I think what we don't want to do is make the same mistakes that other games have made. For example, Fortnite. Fortnite changed their animations to their sprint, and they were in an uproar. Like, I'm talking, the whole community was pissed off because of an animation. The sprinting movement, nothing was changed for the speed. The actual speed was not changed. But due to the animations, they made the game feel slower because of the
No.
animations.
Visually.
Visually, yeah.
Oh, damn.
So I want to make sure if this does ever happen, because I do think it should be. I do think we should have one running speed and that's it, and just make it fast as fuck. Just don't make it look slow as fuck. You know, and I don't know if regular sprint would feel that way, or if you would just stick to the tag sprint animation.
In
It'd be
general,
cool
though, tag
to-
sprint is to punish good players.
Yeah.
Because you
Something I
have a
just thought
slower
about.
attack to sprint out time than you do like sprint to fire time is way longer than just regular sprint out time.
That makes sense.
So like
Okay.
if you tag sprint, you're like nerfing yourself by like 100 millisecond or whatever the difference is for the gun. Depending on the gun, it's variable. You will sprint to fire
Right.
slower by being in tag sprint over just sprinting.
Okay.
God damn.
Like,
Okay.
because so the new animation they have for attack sprint is sick. With ARs, if you're running like
I
this,
like
with your
that.
gun, you hold it and then your left hand's like this. That's actually sick. I just think it's the gun up thing that I'm like, and it goes up and then down and up and down. It's just like awkward. It'd be cool too if there was only one animation. We could do like perks again, like lightweight, and especially for like Warzone, that'd be sick. Imagine like lightweight, where if you're running, it's normal, and if you have lightweight perk, you could get like a boosted like speed, maybe even for a little bit. It was the same animation. That would
Yeah.
be sick. So maybe if they made like lightweight a perk or something, I don't know. It'd be
I will
cool,
say
but-
though that this is such like a core element of the game. They're not changing it.
yeah.
True.
You don't think
Like,
they're
if
ever
we're
going to take
being
off?
realistic,
tag sprint?
no. I think it'd be very, very unrealistic for them to do that.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah, I think it'd be very unrealistic.
No,
Okay.
yeah, especially
Because it's
for
such
this
a
year.
core part of the element that there's so many different features that would have to change in animations.
Yeah.
It would just be
No, there's no way they do it
too
this year
much.
for sure.
There's no way. It's
No,
not
It'd be
no.
cool.
even-
It would have to
It
be
would
like
be cool to go back to
Yeah.
like the roots. I feel like because tactical sprint whenever it got introduced. When did tactical sprint come? Was it Infinite
IW,
Warfare,
I
or
think. Modern Warfare 2019, right?
Modern Warfare 2019.
Was it
Uh-huh.
2019?
They just started
It'd be cool
taking
to- I
off,
don't know.
right?
I think so. Shit. Yeah. I mean, bro. So look, man. That's kind of what I kind of want to discuss. That's one thing. The next one, let me see. Is you talked about that. Okay. Look. Let's. This is a big one, in my opinion,
Ooh.
and I feel like this is probably going to be the majority of the podcast. And I do want to see, and chat. Please get involved in this and let us know. But now that we've seen how it's played out in multiplayer,
Mhm.
how do we feel about everything playing out in Warzone? Obviously, I know, guys, like people haven't played actual Warzone, but I guess first and foremost, did you guys think that? And I'm talking to Ebatez and JGod here. That multiplayer felt faster than Warzone when we played it, because again, it's supposed to be 1-to-1.
True.
It felt way faster, but again,
Multiplayer?
it's just because of the consistency of perks. I feel like
It
it's
felt the
just...
same because I didn't run those perks when we had our practice.
Okay, got the
Oh.
bot.
Okay.
No,
God.
I don't need crutch perks like that.
Damn!
Hey, yo.
Damn!
Hey, put me in the pot more. What the hell?
I can't mantle without dexterity. The game is
Oh, you got it. You know, pure gunny.
Look,
No, I mean it's just like what I mentioned earlier. I was talking about on stream is that like you don't have to utilize omni movement to an extreme. There's plenty of things you'll be able to do, but the movement is 1-to-1, and this was they even tested this specifically. And when I talked to the dev, they said that they recorded footage in both, specifically side by side doing animations to be 100% sure that they were 1-to-1.
yeah.
Wow.
So here we did talk to the devs while at COD Next chat, and I'll tell you this: JGod is right. The biggest feedback they got, and they said this, they heard this across the board, like, and this was by so many people.
Yeah.
The biggest feedback that they got was that multiplayer felt way faster than Warzone.
Damn.
That was the main feedback they got, and they said they don't understand why, right? Because this time around, multiplayer is quite literally 1-to-1. They said what JGod just said. They tested everything. It's 1-to-1 multiplayer to Warzone. So
if that's the case, it has to be visual theory, no?
so why
I
did
think there's a combination of factors. You're normally not sprinting for that long to acknowledge like how your movement is. There's all kinds of stuff. Like the time to engagement in Warzone versus multiplayer
true.
is like 2 seconds versus maybe 30 seconds if you're like playing your life, you know?
Right.
So, or even longer. So I think there's some significant factors there. They gave us stock 3 perks out of 18, which mostly are trash in the default builds. I don't know why they don't just give us godlike builds in these beta tests.
I think
the,
alpha they have to like.
Yeah.
There's no way they have enough.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is they could have built the godlike loadout where everyone's just going to be using godlike loadout
I
to
hear what
even
you're
give us the false sense that it's better than it actually is. You know,
Right.
do the opposite. Be like, holy shit, this actually feels crazy.
Right,
I got double time. I got.
So,
you know
so
what I mean?
that's what I kind of want to talk about because things are 1-1. What that means out, and I don't know if they've talked about this, and I don't know if you guys know this. Like, and it's a question: when shit integrates into Warzone in whatever it is, November, December,
Yeah.
are we going to keep the same perks that we have now in the game? Is
No.
Mount so? Then,
You've
if that's
seen
the
the
case,
list, right?
yeah, 18. Do you have it? I have a list, but not of the 18 Warzone. I have the list of multiplayer. Do you
I
happen
just
to
have
have
a screenshot of what they look like because they tweeted it. They shared
Right.
it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'd have to
Oh.
know by the icon.
I could probably
but
tell.
Oh, that's
sometimes
easy.
they change
I have
stuff.
here. I have the
Yeah.
perks here, 21 of them, but they combine a couple of them, so we can go over that.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if the perks from last year are not coming over to this year, here is the one question, and I genuinely think this will be a make or break for the game, for me, for Warzone. I really do think this. What are the default perks, if any, are going to be in Warzone? Because last year, there was a bunch of the multiplayer felt a little bit different. Then when the game came out, you can now aim down sight while sliding. That was a
True.
default perk. The mantling was fast. That was a default perk.
gung-ho.
Lightweight or something like
Oh,
that
sure.
was a default perk. Fast hands was a default perk. All of that is in the current game that we play right now. Those are default perks of the game we play right now.
I like that.
So if everything is changing next year, and what are the
No.
default perks that are going to be in the game for Warzone?
Damn, that's a
And
big.
that is what I think might be the reason why the game felt so slow in Warzone, because I do believe in Warzone, you have to run farther, you mantle things more, dive more, let's say dive parachute, that animation was horrible, like things like that. That, in my opinion, is going to make or break Warzone, to me, in my personal opinion. Last
Ooh.
year, we played it early, it felt slow as fuck. They changed an insane amount of default perks when the game came out, and it was actually good. Like, it felt fast. So that's kind of the topic I want to talk about with chat and with you guys, boys, is what default perks do you think should be in the game by default without having to equip anything?
True.
I will say at first, I don't think it's a deal breaker personally.
Okay.
I think them being aligned is perfectly fine for people hopping back and forth. I think there are obviously some that would be fun to have, like the equivalent of some of the ones that we had this year. Maybe slightly faster mantling, maybe tax sprint
Right.
lasts a little bit longer. There's some that would feel better,
Right.
but it's not going to be make or break.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think,
Is-
Ebatez? I think
is
make or
tax
break.
Is tax stand still in the game?
Apparently, I saw an attachment that said tax stance, but I
Yeah.
never
No,
saw
that's
it.
just the laser sight that can't hide.
Oh, the
Canted hybrid. It's
laser.
the same shit we
Gotcha.
had for a while.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of agree with JGod. So we have lootable perks now, which I think they'll kind of mess with. But I do think it'd be fun to kind of do like the one when you get a kill in multiplayer now, you get a faster speed and like maybe a quicker regen or something, kind of like quick fix, I guess, but like a quicker little stim boost or something. So I could see them messing with that. But I mean, I don't know. There's not many things where I'm like it needs to be. I think the YY needs some help. I think the YY and changing weapons and stuff is a little clunky, like we talked about. So I'd be interested to see if they instead of just adding a perk and like making that fast, I wonder if they'll just like completely like rework the YY and stuff just to kind of make things feel a little bit smoother. But I don't know. Other than that, I agree with JGod. I don't think they're gonna add default perks a lot, but it's just hard because like you were talking about, you made a good point. It's like I don't want to feel like I have to have my loadout in order to feel good.
Right.
I think that's the hard thing. When you drop in, it should feel pretty consistent from when you drop in to when you have your perks. So it's like, how do you find that balance between, okay, having your perks, yes, there's a benefit, but it's not like you have to have your perks in order to enjoy the game. That's kind of where it's like, where do they find that balance? So I think that's a hard thing to figure out, but I'm sure they will.
Okay.
Well, I
Rampage.
think also to reference, just to add on to that, is in Warzone 1, we didn't have that. For the first 2 years, we didn't have that, really. It was the same game.
Yeah. But what did perks specifically do that made the game feel better? That
Amped. Amped was basically mandatory.
or was it YYing or what? No, what was AMP for?
Everything.
AMP was for
Just
like
weapons
It gets you
fast
tracked,
hand.
right?
YYing,
right.
reloading
Yeah.
launchers, like You could not play without amped in Warzone
That's right.
1.
I remember that.
But that was literally like you said, the game felt night and day difference between having your loadout and not.
Right.
It was the same in Warzone 1.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
But
hard
not
because
for
they need to-
movement though.
they need to
I
figure
don't
out how to close the
necessarily-
Amped
gap.
was pretty significant.
I mean,
Like you shouldn't.
I don't feel like it
you
was
shouldn't
that
have,
crazy.
like-
And we had API back then, so you could actually see the pick rate. If you didn't pick amped, your KD was just lower. Like
yeah,
it was a big difference.
I don't know. I didn't think it was like that big. I think right now for me, like I started the game and I was like, yo, this feels slow. And then I just kept playing it. And then it changed for me completely night and day once I got my perks. I was like, holy shit, I'm having fun now. You know?
Yeah,
but
it is a big difference.
Rampage. So thoughts on, do you think that would be a make or break default perks? Like the default
Bro,
perks added?
I'm be honest, mine is probably like useless. Like what I'm about
No,
to say.
it's not useless. Just say it.
It is once you hear it, bro. 'Cause,
Okay, maybe.
Like, so basically, the way I'm looking at it is like, the movement is already like shitty, right?
Mhm.
And then you get your perks, you get cracked. So then, if we had the original as the formula, and then I'm like, okay, this feels good, and then I grab my perks, then I'm feeling cracked over here. So this is what I want. So this would become the new normal. And then I grab my perks again, then I'll be cracked. So then it's like a never-ending loop. So whatever movement they give me, I'm gonna get used to. And then once I get my loadout, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm craving, the loadout.
Ah. People are either going to think you really were spitting right there or that you didn't spit at all.
I told you right here, they could just skip it. You
But
know,
no,
like
okay, so I speak Rampanese. So what he was saying is that like right now, default movement speed is right here, right? For example. And then right here, then with perks, movement feels like this, right?
Yeah.
So if they bump default movement speed to what perk speed is right now, there will always be a faster movement speed. So he's saying players will never be happy and people will always want more. So he said no matter where they're at, where it's at right now, he's going to get used to it because that
yay.
at the end of the day, people are always going to want
be
faster.
pushing the boundary.
That
But
is
it's like I
facts.
said, it's how do we make it where having your perks, it's beneficial and you feel better, but it's not like detrimental where you're like when you play without perks, you're like it's miserable. Like movement and stuff like sprint speed, like sliding, diving, like the normal stuff, just moving your character should be pretty similar than rather when you have your perks. Like I understand you get your perks, you have an extra tax. You know, if you get double time, you have unlimited tax right now. So it's like that's like a benefit of having
The
your
melee
perks.
weapon.
Yeah, it shouldn't feel the like, oh, I feel like shit. And then you get your perks, you're like, oh, this is way better. Like you should be able to drop in, especially in a BR, and not have your loadout and feel like, okay, I can play the game how I want to without my perks.
That's side note. What JGod just said, that in my opinion, and dude, we tested it. Bringing out your knife doesn't do shit, dude. It is slower. Bringing out your knife should always be faster than any gun that you could possibly have with any attachment.
Doesn't make sense.
Bringing out your knife makes you slower than subs in this game. That's
You have to stop sprinting to pull it out too.
I don't know. No.
I
You
don't
can just
think
bring it
so.
out.
No, I
No.
think you can just bring it out. Yeah.
But I would.
But that's
I was
a
trying it.
specific thing where they those should be faster.
Yeah.
Without
Like that's
doubt.
a specific point where that 100% should be faster across the board.
Right.
And there's changes that we would ask for in BO6 specifically around these slower things that would just automatically be 1-to-1 to Warzone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those specific, I guess, flaws in movement, they just need to be fixed in BO6.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now here is the question, chat. Let's get into the meats and the potatoes of today's today's podcast, because this is kind of what it's up for debate, and I want everybody's opinion. Right? What perks do we think should be integrated as a default perk? What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the perk, yes or no. Some of these we can take our time.
We're
Actually
already
going
sure
over.
that these aren't.
Say that again.
We're
These
already
are-
sure which ones aren't in the Warzone already?
No, we don't know anything yet.
We don't know anything. We don't know any of them that are default.
No. What I'm saying is you can't make one of these default if we already have a perk for it.
Yeah, that you can. They did that last
How?
year. They did that last year.
You just make it default and then you just don't put it in the create a class.
Yeah, that's what happened
But
last
it's
year.
already in there. What are you saying? Remove perks from Warzone?
No, remove certain ones. That's what they did last
Because they
year.
already have the 18 that they have in the game. Plus the 2 that you can pick up on floor loot that are exclusive to floor loot.
Last year, there was perks, right? And they chose to remove some from multiplayer, or not from multiplayer, but
Yeah.
when they integrated into Warzone, and they made them default.
Yes, I understand that. What I'm saying is we've already seen the list of Warzone perks, and I don't think they're changing those.
I don't.
There's 18 plus 2 that floor loot that are exclusive. You can't build a loadout with.
I don't
And you
think.
can pick any 3 from the 18.
I'm too cooked right now.
I don't think that that's the case. I'll be honest. I don't think that. I'm pretty sure you can, like, I don't know if you're saying that you don't think they're going to change any of that.
I don't think they're going to change the 18 perks that they've had set out to change, and then all of a sudden scrap one to make a default. I don't think that's happening. I think you'd have to look at this
did that
list and
last
see
year.
which ones don't
Bro,
copy
y'all-
over. But we
y'all need,
already
like-
know the list of 18 perks. It's not like it came out after the fact. Oh, we're integrating all this movement, and then here's the new perks. It's like we already know the new perks. So whatever they were going to incorporate, they would have already done it.
I think we need like a whiteboard to see like what JGod, and then you are like, and then, like we'll just do picture by picture.
So you think, you genuinely think that whatever is right now is what we're getting no matter what?
No, that's not what I said at all. No.
I'm confusing now.
What happens is the game has 18 perks.
Right.
Right?
18,
Some
boom.
solve for a specific need. I don't think they're going to scrap their perks that they've already decided on to incorporate something. So you'd have to look at specific perks that are not currently part of the 18, and those are the only ones that are plausible to get added, in my opinion.
Well, the other perks that are not a part of the 18 are combined perks, because there's 21 here in the one they have, and some of these they combine to put them into Warzone.
Oh,
And they
like,
have completely different ones in Warzone too.
Isn't that the only new ones are the 3 extra ones that they added, right? The ground loot ones
No,
are
I think
6.
there was a lot that
whatever.
were several different.
Okay. So now I'm like, do we
You can
even
go through it. You can theory craft it. I'm fine. I'll go with the flow. I'm just saying the 18, we don't know what they are to know which ones we could solve for movement rise, right? With specialists, you know what you're going to get.
I mean, now I'm like,
I'm checked.
Go for it, though. Which ones you want to include?
okay, well, I'm gonna go over these, and you guys let me know what you guys think. All right.
Heard.
So first and foremost, there's Assassin, which is in force. That's just a subclass. Enemies on a kill streak get a unique minimap marker and drop bounty packs when killed. Pick up the packs for more score. I'm assuming that's kind of like I think they combine. I'm pretty sure they combine those with Scavenger. I think that was one of them.
Scavenger, nice.
Do we have those anywhere? The
like
ones that they
that.
combine for Warzone?
No, you can tell. I think
It
there's
was
one of them was like,
Sprinter. I
Yeah.
think they combine double time with something else on there. Resolute is back. That has there's not even in BO6.
Okay.
Quartermaster, which is restock. Scavenger, I think it has a little bit of a different effect. I think it gives you
I think that's
maybe
an
fully
assassin one,
loaded
right?
this time around. They don't have assassin in. There's
Okay.
alertness, which is a modified high alert.
Right.
Tempered is there, which obviously is not in BO6. Bird's Eye is
No.
back, but we don't know
Oh.
how if it'll function differently. Ghost is there. Gung Ho, Cold Blooded, Tracker, Reflexes, which that looks like an audio perk, like
Like
eavesdrop or something. I don't know what the hell.
eavesdropper. Is it maybe like flex again?
It'd be flex, but it's called Reflexes. But yeah, I would imagine it's flex. Yeah.
Where do you have this, JGod? Where is this? Because I have a different.
I just Googled it. I'll link it right now. That's what I'm saying. We know the perks don't align perfectly with what's in BO6.
I see.
And we're not even 100% sure because they just put names. I don't remember. I don't know what the changes are.
right.
Yeah, they actually tweeted out. Raven said, pick 3 from this list, but those perks are different. A lot of them are very different than what we have currently in BO6 beta.
Yeah. So
and
I have them
full game.
here. I have all the 18. I think you just named them, right? Oh, they're the one that they tweeted, right? I mean, we can go over it. We can go over it. Let's do that, and then
I'm
I
down.
guess we'll just kind of see what we think, quote unquote, should be added or shouldn't, right? So
Yeah.
Scavenger, we know Scavenger. Obviously,
Must.
that's not. You don't need that.
Yeah. Oh shit, you don't need that.
I don't think you need it unless they double it over, is have fully loaded like we had back in Warzone 1,
Right.
where you're able to grab the fifth zone loadout, you get your gun fully kitted, and then now you'll have fully loaded instead of using one of the
Oh,
That
for-
yes,
for
fully
sure.
loaded. I would
Oh.
want fully loaded back.
I was thinking about fully loaded, bro.
That'd be
for
fire.
sure.
JD, you can scroll down. It has a picture. You want to put that?
I don't think
you
it should
wanna-
be default though. It shouldn't be default.
Yeah, I don't think default for that.
No.
Now, Grenadier, this is Is this extra nades?
Oh, definitely not. Hell no.
It has like a
Grenadier,
speed.
maybe
That's what that is, right? Yeah. Obviously, no.
Martyr. If they brought Martyrdom back, that would be insane.
Oh hell no.
Bro,
Crazy, no.
isn't
would
that
be
whenever you
so
kill somebody
crazy.
and they just drop it?
You just drop a thermal barrier grenade.
Dude, come on. That's so.
Wait,
that is so
Grenadier,
trolly.
I think you could probably throw grenades further.
Is that what that is? Because it has like a little speed
I
boost
thought that
thing.
was strong
What was
arm.
the other one that we
It's
had
probably like strong
right
arm.
now?
Strong arm.
Strong arm. Yeah. They changed
Well,
the name of it.
I wonder if it's more than one perk because more than one nade because I'm pretty sure that's a wild card, right? Extra lethals,
Maybe it's
extra
two?
tacticals.
Yes,
maybe it's
that is
both.
a
Maybe
wild
it's-
card. Yeah.
Maybe it's what JGod's saying, and it's also like it's strong arm, and also you get an extra.
Yeah,
nade.
because it shows like those arrows right there, bro. Like,
Okay. All right. I think we can all agree that definitely should not be default.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely not. Hell no.
Okay. Now, reflexes. This better audio, increase enemy footsteps,
That should be
decrease.
default.
That, yo,
Oh,
this one.
That should be default.
That's the
This
Art of
one
War?
probably should be default, bro. It's Art of War. That's what they should call it.
Unless it's like the flex where you hear like the d for like util. but
Um,
Yeah. That part of it, I think, should go under like engineer or some shit.
we should never get a perk that's like where you get better like audio. Like that is just
Yeah,
crazy
that's
to me.
trash. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy
it's-
to me.
it's got to make that default for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Again, I honestly, I don't know how much can be changed, right? But I definitely think they got to fix this audio. Yeah, that's something that without a question, right? Veteran, what is that, boys? What is veteran?
Veteran. I mean, looks downer, so like
Battle
whenever
hardened.
you're down.
It looks like battle hardened and
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, it looks like battle hardened and focus or something.
oh, true,
Yes,
true.
focused.
Focus.
Oh,
what's
so
the-
this?
which is
You
a
think this is a
hold your
combined
breath?
one?
What's the
I
downer
don't know.
roll, though?
It's the icon's kind of weird. I don't know why they'd be doing this. Just copy and paste the same shit from the previous year, so we know what the icon is, bro. They be doing this. Like, what the hell
Less
is reflexes? Some headset with some. I don't know.
Wait,
don't know.
maybe less flinch while also
Maybe.
battle hardened.
Maybe.
That's
I like that.
okay. Obviously, no. I don't think default. I don't think default for that. This one, okay. Dexterity.
Must, right?
I am on my knees.
Yeah.
I think this 1,050% should be a default perk.
That looks
That-
why,
Well,
huh?
this one's combined with Mountaineer.
Yeah.
Oh,
See how it has the parachute?
I
This
like
one's the fall
I think
that.
it's
damage,
fun.
increased
I think
fall
it's sick.
damage.
I actually
Default,
don't mind that
default.
because chat. So this is the detail, but not with Mountaineer. Reduce weapon motion while jumping, sliding, and diving, and then take less fall damage. So that is actually it.
It
That
is
is-
exactly.
yeah,
it.
that is-
I personally would think they cut it back in half, make the like the crosshair thing that should be default. We should be getting less visual shake, and then still just keep Mountaineer. Just keep it Mountaineer. Whatever.
Yeah,
Mm.
for me, I think this is kind of necessary when it comes to Warzone. Like not even kind of, it is.
Yeah.
With how much sway there is, I feel like with Omni movement, your reticle's always like
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
Like this, reducing the weapon motion while doing all that stuff, while jumping, sliding, and diving. I think this is without a doubt dexterity needs to
Must.
be a default.
Oh.
I think for me, there's a couple of these that need to be default, but for
But
me,
not
dexterity.
Mountaineer by default. I think
Nah,
that one
Mountaineer,
should be
yeah.
a choice. Yeah, perfect.
Mountaineer, I don't care for. I think more of the swing.
Yeah.
That
I
definitely-
just, that's just like the solo squatting like perk, bro. Thing's gas.
You
what?
run off everything.
Dexterity?
Bro.
Yeah,
Mountaineer.
the Mountaineer, bro.
Oh,
like that's
oh.
the solo squad perk.
You could just fucking
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I wonder if they
resurgence.
would separate it right. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but I definitely think yes, you are correct.
You think you could like create your own perks at one point later on?
No,
That'd be dope.
imagine one day somebody clip this and next time, maybe in like 5 years, we'll fucking call Rampage Big Brain.
Imagine.
But yeah, I think there's only a couple for me that are like necessary. That is one. Now we have Survivor. So
nah.
what is this? Is this like
Like self
I'm
res?
assuming this is like a quick fix, and also Survivor in the last game, you could get res faster, kind of like a medic vest.
Yep.
So I'm
Ooh.
assuming it's both.
It's
Okay.
Probably both. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Wait, quick fix in the second row. So this is one that you just get knocked. When you get knocked, you get self quicker, and you also get res quicker.
Quick fix, they
Quick-
also changed
wait.
the icon because it's also when you play, you get faster. That was already part of it, but now there's a visual icon, so you know you get quick fix with the kill and then also while plating.
okay?
I'm assuming this
yeah.
one's just you get res quicker. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so yeah, obviously not deep.
Definitely
No,
not.
yeah.
Quartermaster, I'm pretty sure
Restock?
this is restock,
Which is restock, yeah.
right?
And like more stronger nades or some shit?
I mean,
Yeah.
bro, they said, chat, just so everybody knows, they know what the biggest thing that they wanted is to make your perks feel insane. Like that was the whole point of it, which I get. I mean, it's they're doing their job, right? Like
Yeah, they do.
so maybe that'll change Warzone completely. I don't know, right? This is just feedback that we have, but obviously no quartermaster, definitely not.
Default, yeah.
That should be a thing that's in loadout. Cold-blooded, we know what cold-blooded does. Obviously, no, my opinion.
Cold-blooded's a necessity. I feel like, dude, it is. There's so many things that cold-blooded counters, which is great in my opinion, but
not default,
this is
right?
Like, no,
Yeah,
not
'cause
default.
then-
Okay, just make sure I was like, wait,
This
hold
is
on.
probably cold-blooded, in my opinion, is like one of the best perks in the game. Like I think
You have to,
everybody will be using it next year.
Yeah, because if you had it as a default, then they'll probably put like the recon drones useless, all these other stuff. Like
This next perk you're about to talk about is busted. This next one, and cold-blooded counters it. So
let's talk about this next one, Tracker.
this is crazy.
This by no means should ever be default, by ever. But they did make this shit cracked as fuck. What they did for this.
But they also nerfed it too.
They did a little bit.
Yeah, true. They pretty much combined Combat Scout with Tracker. So what that means is you shoot somebody, they automatically ping, so you can see where they're at behind walls. It's definitely shorter than this year, so they nerfed it.
Okay, I like that.
But then Tracker, on top of that, you could see people's feet and where they ran. This might be fucking insane. But again, the biggest thing that they told us in the notes when we were in the meeting was they want perks to feel powerful as hell. They said last year or in the years before, perks, people would use the same 3 perks and that's it. And then they wouldn't use it. So this, when you combine more, it's like, okay, you can have other perks that are just twisted. So they decreased the amount of perks, but they made them cracked.
So now technically you're running 6 perks. If you're running 3 perks. I see.
I feel like the average player or below average player will probably lean towards that. I don't think the top players will use that because they ping anyways.
Right. They automatically ping
and
nobody really
staring
uses
at the
Tracker.
ground. They focus on audio as opposed to footsteps on the ground.
Yeah.
So I think if you're that close, they can generally hear them. I don't think this will be a high-end perk, but it will be competitive, I think, for the average player.
Okay.
Yeah, can you imagine, bro? You're just trying to solo squad and you got a whole team of like Tracker, Combat Scout, bro. Like, you ain't losing those fools, bro. Unless you're like,
I'll be right back. Sorry, boys.
Okay.
That sounds good.
You're good. So, chat, that is that one, right?
Definitely not default. Definitely not.
Yeah, no. So we have Bomb Squad, which Bomb Squad is
Black Jacket.
Black Jacket.
What's his?
And then maybe you could probably
It's
see
also engineer.
Yeah, you could see
can
enemy
through walls. You could probably hack them still. I don't know. Like actually convert the bouncing betties or whatever prox mines and claymores. You could probably convert them to yours.
Yeah. So that obviously not default. This next one, Sprinter.
He's lightweight.
This I believe this is unlimited tax sprint, correct?
Oh,
It's
then
double time. No, not unlimited tax.
Oh, it's not
double
unlimited.
time. No, because your melee
double time is unlimited.
No, it is.
Double
It
time
is.
is unlimited.
Sprinter is. Yes, it is. Because they said in the meeting, they said there's 2 ways to get unlimited tactical sprint. One of them is Sprinter perk. The other one is the knife.
It's the knife.
That was in the notes. So
default.
if this is double
What
time,
was the other perk it was mixed with?
yeah, it's mixed with something. So
Let
what
me
is it,
double check
chat?
my notes. I got my notes.
So unlimited.
Escapist.
Double time and
It might have been
escapist.
escapist. It might have been escapist where you're getting shot, you move faster.
Yeah.
No, that's resolute.
Resolute?
Escapist is basically when you get knocked, you move quicker.
Oh.
So that's useless.
Which was kind of bugged in this last game because people, like, I saw a lot of TikTok kids using escapist because apparently it made your slide faster. So when you were sliding, it was bugged and it made your slide super quick. So, which I hope they fix. But
So I'm gonna have a crazy take on this.
broken.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a crazy take on this.
Let me see.
I know people are gonna be mad because I've been asking for this forever, but I've changed my opinion only because of something being added to the game.
Okay.
In my opinion, Sprinter, and I know you guys are gonna be mad at me. I'm sorry. Please don't yell at me. I think Sprinter is so good that it shouldn't be a default.
I agree.
Only because you now have a knife.
Right.
Oh.
So
okay.
Unlimited tax sprint. We always wanted that, but now we have that. Anybody can have it by default by bringing out the knife. So the knife needs to be increased significantly the speed.
Oh,
right?
yes.
It needs to feel faster than anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Sprinter is good because now if you don't want to have to bring it up, but you want to have your guns, there needs to be a sacrifice to it. You need to have a perk. Thoughts on that?
I agree.
Yeah, if you want to do like more movement, get more in the mix, without a doubt. But like if you just want to get, Yeah, that goes to show like you could really just have your own playstyle, like whatever playstyle you
I
want.
feel like it's balanced. I do think like it's like, hey, if you want unlimited attack sprint, you can get it 2 ways: sprinter or knife.
Yeah.
And the knife, hey, you don't have a gun, but you're not wasting a slot in a perk. You put on sprinter, you then get unlimited attack sprint with your guns, but you're
I like
taking
that.
up a perk slot. So that's the only reason why I say it shouldn't be default, is because if you make sprinter default, then what's the point of having a knife?
That makes sense.
It defeats the purpose of, I guess maybe you go faster
Yeah.
and then it could be viable.
No.
I've always wanted unlimited attack sprint in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but
You convinced me. I revoke my vote. So let's go. Let's keep it as a perk, right? No
Yeah.
default.
I do think if okay, now I guess there's a balance here. If you make the knife faster
Mm-hmm.
and has a benefit, then sure, you can make sprinter default because you can go even faster by bringing out your knife. But if they do the same thing, then it doesn't really matter.
I see
Right?
the vision.
So that's my opinion. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that they added this. Thank God, because we've been asking
There's
for this
choice.
forever. We asked for this forever.
I like that.
Quick fix. Did they add anything with this?
It's like it has a
No,
gear.
I think they just changed the icon, so now it includes the plating. I don't think it
No,
actually changed the perk.
you know
though.
what would be crazy? Like I looked at this logo. You know, what'd be crazy if this restocked your plates. That would be insane.
That'd
Imagine
be
if
crazy.
imagine if
Wait,
it
for
could
restock?
restocked plates. Because I'm looking at this,
That'd
I'm
be
like,
so
it kind
broken.
of looks
That'd
like
be-
Quartermaster.
That'd be #1 perk. It wouldn't
Like
even-
every
no
60
question.
seconds you get a plate or something, or every like 30 seconds you get a plate.
No.
Damn.
Hey, how
That'd
much
be
you been
gas.
playing
No, that'd be
zombies, bro?
sick.
that would have
How much you been
restocked.
playing zombies?
Restocking plates would be insane.
That's cheese, bro.
What
Bitron.
He
Side
wants the
note.
golden plates in Warzone, chat.
is there? Side note: is there fast hands?
Maybe gung ho.
Is gung
Maybe
ho
gung ho.
fast hands together?
It looks like it. Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't have the notes on that one because
Yeah, there's an up arrow, and then there's a guy pulling out a mag. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
looks
whenever-
like a mag, but yeah,
Bro, I'm over
Yo,
here like
restocking plates. I might have just cooked. Hold up.
Wait,
that'd be
so
so broken.
fast hands? Hold on. Fast hands is not one of these perks,
no what?
but it is in beta. So it's either one already on by default,
Or it's mixed.
Yep.
or it's mixed with one of these.
It has to be gung ho for
Because it's
sure.
got, then it would be with gung
It
ho,
would
right?
have to be gung ho. Yeah, it would have to be gung ho. But that one, I think, should be. I think those should be defaulted.
Yes, yes, yes.
They haven't
Yeah.
talked about default perks, have
But
they?
that's
yet?
that's
Oh,
kind of
damn.
what I was getting at earlier, where I was saying they're gonna add stuff that's not here. That's where they would add it. So if we don't have one here, then that's
could
something
be
they could
default.
add. Because if it's already
we
part
sure
of
we're
gung
getting
ho, they're
default
not gonna
perks?
add that by default.
I'm gonna be honest,
No,
they haven't even said anything about default
I feel like
perks.
they would have said something if.
I will say they were taking some notes when I was listening to a conversation specifically about this area.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
I feel like
so,
they don't
I
have
mean, they
plans
take
right now to
notes
do
on
default
everything,
bulbs
but
or perks, but I
but
think
yeah.
they would. I think they are
So-
going to do it.
so they could potentially be default perks.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
really do think there's going to be.
They're,
Like,
yeah, they're
I
better.
think it was such a
I think
success
there'll
last
be
year.
some
Yeah.
common sense ones that make sense.
Okay. We're saved. We're saved.
Like
like it.
fast hands, I will continue, right? But like quick fix, obviously no. That should be, there should be a reason,
Right.
you know. Resolute, that you run faster when you're one shot or something.
Maybe
When you
getting
get
hurt.
shot. Yeah, that perk, dude, it's bugged this year because if you pick up the ground loot one and then you drop it, you have it the rest of the game.
It's always
If you
been
pick up
bugged.
Resolute, it's a
It's
bug.
always
It's been a bug
bugged
all year.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and no one, we've never fixed it or anything. If you pick up the ground loot one, you could literally find one perk package with Resolute, drop it to your teammates, and all of you have Resolute the rest of the game.
That makes sense. I was
Okay.
like, bro, why am I taking off?
Overkill's a wild card. That's not changing.
Okay.
Which I like.
They want it
I
to
like.
feel like Warzone.
Okay, so now gung ho. Give me your honest thoughts. Again, my opinion. This is a no-brainer. They should combine gung ho with fast hands and make it a default perk, just like they have right now in the game. One thing that changed the game completely, and I don't think anybody can deny this.
Nope.
Is reloading while running, because we had it taken out for a week, and people were fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Well, to be fair, it was actually kind of broken. You literally had to like go prone to reload or some shit.
Yeah,
Or
no,
hold the
dude, it was
button.
fucked.
It was
fucked.
bugged, but it felt terrible too. Yes.
Oh my god.
So but fast hands doesn't include sleight of hand, right? Like you don't think everyone should just get sleight of hand, right?
No, it's not sleight of hand. I don't think any of these are sleight of hand.
It's just like the throwing nades, swapping weapons.
It's swapping weapons, throwing back nades, how fast it is, and then gung ho, obviously running while here. I can just read it. I can just read it. Hold
So
on.
you could be ready to shoot.
So gung ho is reduce movement penalties when reloading or using equipment, and reload while attack sprinting. That is gung ho. And then fast hands is swap weapons faster and extend focus when throwing back grenades. But again, I don't know if gung ho is combined with that. But my opinion, gung ho should 1000% be default.
No, yeah, both
Like
of
it
them.
was in Modern Warfare 3.
That with dexterity.
That and dexterity. Like
Fluent.
It's not in your, there's one more that I think, which is not in here. But yeah, I mean, JGod, I guess you agree, right?
I think weapon swapping, yeah. Animation from throwing, yeah. Mantling should be smoother, yes.
Kill streaks, all
Gung
that.
ho, I don't know what the hell it would do other than that though. Because normally gung ho is typically sprint to fire, the original. I don't know what it is in this version.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
Okay. Now, Ghost.
Too much.
Obviously, no.
Require
no, I'm
movement.
saying like
I think
it's like
require movement.
Yeah, required movement.
I'm saying,
and I think it does.
I'm thinking
it
about
does.
it like Warzone, but not as a default. Like definitely not.
Yeah,
like,
definitely not default. Definitely not.
Hopefully this is fixed, dude, because I know a lot of competitors have expressed their frustration. Right now, Ghost is broken. Like, you could pop a UAV and everybody pops up, and then there's times where you pop a UAV and it works. So hopefully they've reworked Ghost, because right now it's not working intentionally.
Yes, I remember that. Braxton did tell us about
Braxton tweeted it, which I know a lot of people have expressed. It's super frustrating playing, especially for $1 million. And you think you're ghosted, and you're just showing up on their UAV.
that. That's true.
Yeah, I'd say what Sage is saying is true. Like, you could cancel reload before the action. Now you have to wait.
$400,000, Ebatez.
Say again?
It's playing for $400,000.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Well, technically, what? No, it'd be 700,000.
God damn, bro.
Wait, no, you removed first place. What's the prize place for
100K
how much is
each.
first?
300.
Oh yeah, 300. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so they're all playing. So they're all playing for 700K. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, technically, yes. So,
Damn.
Wild cards, I know it's not included in this. Wild cards are different than perks. We don't know all of the wild cards. We know only a couple. We'll go over it at the end of this list. But yes, remind me to go back to that. Then Bird's Eye. I know a lot of people hate Bird's Eye.
I hate it.
It's definitely overpowered, but it is back. I don't think they did anything else to it.
Why is it combined with a light ping, bro? Like the little icon?
I wonder.
I think that's just the shape of an enemy player.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I don't like the way they did the new dots. I hope it probably is going to go into Warzone. But like, it's like
I think Warzone still felt like the Warzone arrows because they're doing the dots when they're on a different level.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
not
like
filled.
that. I like the chevron. I like the chevron.
Yeah, same. So maybe up, down, whatever. So,
Bird's Eye, by the way, should not be ground loop perks. I swear, if they make Bird's Eye, and I don't think Ghost should be either, huh? Ghost and Bird's Eye should not be on ground loop.
No.
that would be
should not be
insane
on
if they
ground
are. Those are two
They should
fucking
not.
incredibly overpowered perks.
Yeah, there's no dead silence and no ninja. I don't think.
Oh, no, like
But
sneaker
good.
For
boots.
them, for CDL guys.
No
But good.
sneaker boots.
Good for us.
Well, no, they have ninja in the base game. I was talking more for Warzone.
Oh, okay. So they do have it. Is
yeah,
it
second weekend of the beta will be close to silent, but it's not going to be silent. I don't
Ooh,
think
that's what I was
Treyarch
gonna
does
say.
full silent. They do. They end up calling it ninja because it's not actually silent.
Okay. Then we have Tempered. Obviously, we know how much we love Tempered. I believe this is both ground loop perk that you can pick up.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
which
it's
is fire.
also it's also a perk that you get on from the actual Lodi. And then alertness. They did change this, correct? They this is a 2-in-1, I think.
High
Alertness.
alert.
It's high alert, but with something
No,
else.
they modified it. So basically, before, if you got high alert, only part of your screen would light up, so you knew directionally where the person was looking at you from. So if it was lit up on the right, you'd know, okay, I got to turn to my right. They're going to be closer to that side. But now it just does a U shape. So it goes on the bottom, the top, or the bottom, the left, and the right. The top, it isn't highlighted. So somebody will be looking at you and you're not sure which direction. 100%. You just know they're not on your screen. And it also requires the person to be aiming down sight. So a person casually 180s near your direction, it's not going to flicker.
So it got nerfed.
It got a big nerf,
I like
but
that.
But part of this too, makes it so that when somebody's downed, they're not able to ADS, so they will not make it go off in the area. So if you do see it while you're in one of the gunfights where you down somebody, you'll have that. And then also in close proximity, it'll also say on screen and enemies nearby, even if they're not visible.
Ooh.
But I think
It's very close. I
Pretty
looked
sure
at my
cold-blooded counters is.
I looked at my footage back, and I had the perk on because I had specialist. And
Interesting.
the range is super close, super close.
Okay, how do you think does that affect it? Because like,
I mean, I definitely think that they nerfed it and buffed it then.
yeah.
They nerfed it and buffed it, yeah. And if you're using cold-blooded, though, then you're chilling.
And
Yeah,
then
it's got to
obviously,
be really short, but kind of one of those things where, like, if you walked by a building and somebody was just literally camping their butt off, not moving, it would flicker and you'd go, "Oh shit, somebody's in the area." Like,
yeah.
I can't wait for the
okay.
accusations.
if they were
The
actually
accusation.
moving, it'd be enough where you would probably hear them. That's how close it is. Like, it's not that far.
So it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously shouldn't be default perks.
Definitely not.
So that's all the perks right now, the 18 perks that are in Warzone. There are some that are exclusive to just ground loot that we don't know, probably, right? Those are the ones that we don't know, right? The 6. There's 6 ground loot, but I think only 4 of them are from here, and then 2 are exclusive to ground loot only. Correct?
And they change. You're supposed to change every season.
Yeah. So I don't know what those 2 are. I think obviously when the game comes out, we can definitely talk about it further. The 2 ones that are
it was Shrouded.
Okay.
Which I don't even remember what the hell Shrouded does.
Is that the one you run faster than gas?
I don't know.
Shrouded?
And then Irradiated is the one.
Oh, that's
That one
Irradiated.
for sure. Shrouded.
That's the one where you run faster in the gas.
So you take less damage in the gas, and then you can plate while in the gas.
Drops the smoke
But the
when you're
Shrouded,
down.
the drop the smoke, yeah.
Yeah,
those
those
are
are
the
ass
two
then,
initially
fuck.
that aren't in this loot pool, but they're going to be floor loot just because.
Okay, that's ass. At least I think that ass.
And what they said too is you're able to pick up to 6 perks up off the ground. So you could actually walk around with 9 perks without having specialist.
That's
Damn.
fucking McTwisted. So
Question, do you
go ahead.
drop your lootable perks when you die or no?
I believe yes.
I don't think so.
That would
I don't
be
think
broken.
I don't think they do.
You don't?
No.
That'd be broken.
I think your perk package drops, but not
Right.
the 6 perks you
lootable
picked
ones.
up. They're not going to be there. They're one-time use.
That's another good change they did,
Yeah.
man. No ground loot perks, like no ground loot like perk packages.
Wow.
What do you mean?
There's no ground loot perk packages. You can't buy them in the store anymore.
Yeah. I see
The
what you
red
mean. I see
ones
what
that
you
we
mean.
have now. Yeah, it's
Like the
only
default
for
ones
ground
that
loot.
everybody
Individual
hates.
perks, not packages. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to add one thing to this that I think it's not in the game, and I don't know. Obviously, we're in beta. I don't know if it's there right now. But it's not here, and I do feel like it made a big difference when going to Warzone.
What was
and
it?
it's the mantling, the gloves. Obviously, that's back in Modern Warfare 3, but there 1000% needs to be mantling faster in this.
Yep.
Like, obviously, we're all so used to mantling over ledges really fast based off momentum. And then I go and I play the beta or Warzone,
Bro, you mantle, you're dead.
and you're literally like,
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
less
shoot me,
important in multiplayer because of the way the terrain works.
right.
But in Warzone, 100%, it's important.
It is literally horrible. So, and we played it in Warzone. We played it. The mantling is bad. Mantling is really bad.
No.
Yeah.
Even if you're like doing a jump run animation,
It's bad.
Oh.
It's
But like
super
I
slow.
said, this is something they could fix in BO6, and 1-to-1 would transfer over to the base game.
Right. I'm actually scared.
Or
that.
Warzone, not the base game.
'Cause it'll be too
I'm scared
cracked,
that that's going to be like,
too cracked for a multi.
well, no, that it's like balancing things, because then how do they determine, hey, we need you to make this balanced for Warzone, but hey, what if that doesn't make sense for
So they're not gonna do it.
multiplayer? Like, how do you, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they wouldn't do it, but I'm saying, like,
I feel
I
like
hope they
they
don't run
could
into
split
issues.
it, and there's things that they could do. I think they just want to initially start 1-to-1.
okay. Yeah. I mean, that right there is all the perks that we know of. To kind of summarize and kind of wrap it up is, for me, dexterity, gung ho, fast
Okay,
hands.
so how about this? What 3 perks are you picking?
Oh,
What about that?
is this in order like this? Like,
You could pick
or it's any,
three
right?
you want. Yeah.
so
any
then
three.
I'm picking dexterity, sprinter, gung ho. That's probably what I'm picking right now. And I
You're
feel
going
like,
dexterity, sprinter, gung ho.
and I think 2 out of those 3 should be default, which is gung ho and
Yeah.
dexterity. That's what I think should be default. But
I'm probably
yeah.
using Ghost over Gung Ho.
I'm for sure using Quick Fix. I'm gonna go with all the perk 4, the ultimate perks from MW2. You know, we're gonna go Ghost, Bird's Eye, and Quick Fix. Shit's gonna be elite.
damn, bro. My man
bro,
gonna be
imagine Ghost
undetectable,
and
but be able to
Bird's
see everybody.
Ghost
real.
and Bird's Eye, bro.
That's
gonna be
actually
nuts.
fucking crazy.
There's got to be a way to counter, dude. There's got to be a way to counter Bird's Eye, bro.
I mean,
There's
that's
no-
just
Some of these combos are gonna be broken as shit, bro. There's
There's
no
literally
I'm
no
gonna
counter
say-
right now to Bird's Eye. How, like, what are we supposed to do
Well, I
about
think
that?
Tempered is going to be a common floor loot, so that'll be one that people picking up. So you won't probably include in part of your loadout. Sprinter could be good instead of Ghost because Bird's Eye is a thing. I don't know. It does create some interesting options, and Reflex
Yeah.
if it's
yeah, because mine
depending
would
how
have
good
been
that
like
is.
Sprinter, Gung Ho, and like
Oh, and then
Bird's Eye.
Mountaineer, shit,
Well,
that
Mountaineer
sucks.
technically, yeah. I mean, it's not here.
Because I don't think I could play Resurgence without Mountaineer. Being able to jump off everything is crazy.
So what is that dexterity now, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe it'd
so-
be Dexterity, Quick Fix for me, Quick Fix, and maybe Bird's Eye, especially
Okay.
in Warzone because you get a ping and then you get the directional. Even if they have ghosts, you can actually see where they're at.
Right.
Damn.
Okay. All right.
Maybe those are my 3.
What about you, Rampage? What are the 3 you're rocking?
I think Mountaineer. What's it also come with? What's
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Yeah, that's a must. For sure, Gung Ho. But like those are crazy. And then like you said, I could just do the knife option, right? I could just run.
Yeah, so you technically wouldn't need
I
sprinter.
don't need sprinter. I don't need sprinter. So I might have to tap in on. Bro, I think the cheese is just Bird's Eye, bro. Right? Because it beats Ghost, right?
Does there is no, at least right now, no counter to Bird's
There's
Eye.
no counter
Also,
to
if
Bird's Eye.
Gung Ho is fast. If it's fast hands, I'm pretty sure in Treyarch it holds like more consistent across the weapons. It's not like some weapons it does like 10% and 40% on
right.
others. I think it's more consistent when they do their perks.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like Gung Ho should be default. Maybe not the reload faster shit, but like
Yeah.
But
reloading
you would
while
still
running.
pick it if reload faster was there. So it's like you're still going to grab it.
Yeah.
It is interesting. There are some harder choices. I'm pretty sure for certain players, they probably would choose some completely different too.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I guess the bundle that we're doing is like movement.
Oh, yeah.
smoothness,
Ghost,
right?
Restock, and High Alert.
Dude, the
Shit.
ultimate rat class. Oh my
yeah.
God.
Who was that?
It's
Ghost?
Ghost, Quartermaster, and Alertness. Yeah, that could go hard.
Or Ghost, Bird's Eye
He's
Quartermaster.
playing Tarkov.
Oh my God.
Hey, some of these combos is hard, but then you're not going to have dexterity, so it's going to be tough choices, which is the whole point of the system.
Right.
And then also the wild cards, which we're going to get into right now, which are different.
Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, let's talk about wild cards. I think I know of 3 off the top of my head. One, overkill. So now you do have to decide between overkill or rocking perk greed or rocking
Specialist? No,
what's it?
Is perk greed going to be in the Warzone? I didn't think that was one that was listed.
Yeah, it was
that would
because
be insane.
it was because one of the guns had like 9 attachments in there.
Oh, true.
In the
No, but that's
It's a wild card.
primary gunfighter.
Yeah.
wait, then what did I say?
You
said
said
perk
perk greed.
Oh shit,
I
No,
don't think
that's
that
a good
one's in
question.
I don't think that's in Warzone.
that's a
You
good
sure?
question.
I think it might be.
It
Wait,
might
wait,
be,
did
but I
they
don't
say
think
it?
it is.
Did
No,
they
we don't know
say
anything yet.
any of the do we know? Okay, I'm pretty sure every single wild card is going to
I agree. I mean, we're getting overkill.
Wait.
Then
yeah. I mean, it should
8
be.
attachments. We're 100% getting the 8 attachment one because
We're getting that's primary
Yeah, the only
gunfighter.
2 that were 100% there was the overkill one and primary gunfighter.
Yeah, those are the 2 for now. But I'm 90% sure, I could be wrong, that every single wild card goes to Warzone.
I'm pretty sure. I agree with
Ooh.
you.
I would hope so, but we'll see. Yeah,
So imagine 4 perks. You know,
that could
like,
be interesting too.
that could be very interesting.
4 perks equal a fucking 8.
Then you get, but here's the thing though: 8 attachments is broken, but you risk not having a sub or not having an AR. You got to sacrifice your overkill, so you can only use 1 class, or you sacrifice. Hey, I want perk greed. Okay, well you're gonna have to choose. Are you gonna have a 9 attachment gun? Are you gonna or 8 attachment gun? Sorry, or are you gonna have an extra perk? Or are you gonna have
There's
overkill?
a lot more choices to be had for sure, and it's not going to be so cut and dry like where it's like, oh, you have to do it this way. This is the way we do it. Because even in Warzone 1, It was different. Sometimes you wouldn't get overkill, or you'd have to get because we couldn't buy guns from the buy station. So we'd have to buy 2 loadouts. And this is the gun we'd use for our first loadout. But then the second loadout, we'd use a floor loot gun. You know what I mean? There was actually changes, and the average player is not getting more than 1 loadout. That's just not the reality of it. So they might have to pick and choose differently than sweats who are in a 3-stack or whatever.
Well, one thing I will say, and I do like, is that, bro, you can buy, like, let's say whatever, you get not even primary gunfire, you get overkill, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And let's say you're playing the game, you're like, bro, I don't have enough money for another loadout, but I think it was 6K, right, JGod? Ebatez?
That's
you
the one that Ryda had
6,500,
screenshot of.
I think it was 6,500, yeah.
So you can buy, if it's on the slot, you can buy your 8 attachment gun off it. So you can, let's say you save up 6K after the loadout, you can just grab your loadout with overkill and then grab a 6 attachment gun. Then maybe you want to come back and get a 6 attachment sub. Hey, you can do that too. Like, you know,
cheese.
It might be
Some
too
cheese.
expensive though, depending on the actual economy of the game.
What about
Obviously,
fire
our
sale?
shit was juiced.
Yeah. So-
Fire sale, 100%. That's a smart one that we're like, that event pops up. Let's go to the buy, get my 8 attachment. I need it.
See, see, there's so many things with this change in Warzone that I actually am pretty happy about. I don't know if the execution was there for me when we played it. Obviously, it just felt slow. But in theory, right? If
Sounds real
Omni
nerdy.
movement, the way it feels now, even in multiplayer, if we can make it feel whatever the reason, I don't have the reasoning for why it feels clunkier. If I can feel the way I feel in multiplayer, be able to choose between an 8 attachment gun, 4 perks, you can have 2 guns, 8 attachments, overkill. Like you can, I like the thoughts of like who, I don't know which one of y'all brought it up at the last podcast. It's like right now you get your loadout and there's no leveling up from there. There is none. You get your loadout and that's it. What's dope is with the wildcard system, there's always a way to level up. Okay,
For the guns.
keep this. Your
Yes.
first loadout, overkill. That's level 1. Then you either get another loadout or you buy one 8 gun attachment. That's another way to level up. Then you get another loadout, which is probably not gonna happen, right? 3 loadouts. Or you buy from the buy station, you get 2 guns that have 8 attachments. And then if you want, again, you can get another wild card with an perk greed when 4 attachment or 4 perk guns. Like the possibilities to keep leveling up as the game progresses, that storyline there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The options, there's like probably 3 or 4 guns right now that are MW2. Maybe they don't kill 100% fast enough, but they need 6, 7, or 8 attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
So,
viable.
If that's going to be allowed for those guns, which I'd imagine it will be, and if they do rework some of the stuff with lower cons, not no cons, but lower cons,
Right.
it could make some guns where it's like, damn, wouldn't it be nice to have the cast off 7.62 with like 8 attachments? Like that'd be good,
That'd be
Or
gas.
Other guns that are just
Right.
hard to use, you could put on 7 attachments for recoil and then put on velocity for the for the ammo or something.
Oh my God.
I like what I'm hearing.
I think in theory, it's a good starting point, right? With where we're at. And I think all these cool changes are, in my opinion, really going to change the way Warzone feels. Like transparently, again, maybe I'm just not used to it, but this feels very different than the Warzone that we have now.
Yeah.
And I do like the ability to kind of upgrade as you go. The storyline doesn't end when you get your first loadout. You can keep going. And I think things could, like, obviously it's at the start, right? So things have to get better from here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Also, one of I think the problems, I know we didn't really mention it, is that like when we switched from MW2 to MW3, it was like, thank God,
yeah.
But I think what happens is right now, I think MW3, where we're at in Warzone, isn't bad.
No, it's not.
You know
Not
what I
bad.
mean? It's good. Multiplayer, that's what also kind of sucks, is like last year's multiplayer or this year's current multiplayer is pretty good.
Right.
They have systems dialed in, updates, good new maps, which is unheard of in COD for the most part. It's always like we got our base reused maps and everyone uses those and that's it.
True.
So it's really hard going from good to good. But it's just because like we had that really crazy
Good.
year
Yeah.
that was awful in the middle there, which was unplayable essentially.
Warzone 2.
Yeah. So I think that's what really makes it hard because some people are going to like MW3s and prefer MW3 systems over BO6, but most people I think will generally like both. They're going to have preference, but I think most people will like both. Versus like with MW2, it was like almost nobody liked Warzone 2, and then we even had to throw out a new name to separate itself, even though they never made a new Warzone. It just became Warzone, you know?
Warzone, yeah. I mean, look, man, I mean, to kind of wrap it up and like summarize it all, I definitely think the beta has made me feel significantly, I'm excited a little more, right? Remember, we didn't have custom loadouts. So I'm imagining if I was using the Jackal with the attachments that I have right now, multiplayer, and I brought it to Warzone right now, I would assume it feels 1-to-1, and it should feel faster, right? Those are also things we have to take into consideration. Remember, when we played, like, even Modern Warfare 2, right? Like, we couldn't even make a loadout. And we were like, bro, this shit sucks. I mean, to be fair, it came out and still sucked. But, like, like things are
what
gonna.
What are you talking about, bro? You didn't wait till Zone 3, you know?
Dude. What the fuck were they thinking, bro?
For the... I don't even remember. What the hell were they called? The little areas with the AI shit, bro.
Bro. Again, it will never be as bad as that.
Bro, so
I hope not. Bro, strongholds, like...
You're getting zapped.
Bro,
on site.
Bro, the start of Caldera, no loadouts.
Oh my god, with the raw. Oh my god.
You couldn't buy loadouts, I think it was.
Those choppers are damn OP, bro. Oh my god.
The start of Warzone 2, probably the worst we've ever had ever. And so obviously
best?
We're happy as fuck. This year was actually a pretty good start. Like, was actually in a good spot. And now I'm hoping going forward, things are better, man. But honestly, bro, I think to kind of take everything I said and kind of wrap it up, I do think for me, beta went from like a 7 to an 8. Shit, I'm debating on going higher, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, kind of off topic. I wonder if this is an approach they're going to be doing. Is, you know, because I know every year we get a new map, and maybe that is a huge constraint on why they can't improve the quality of life off drop. So I wonder if this is a new approach where they're like, okay, let's, you know, obviously we have to deal with Urzikstan for a few more months, but they gave us a resurgence map, which was pretty nice. I feel like Area 99 was pretty good. But at least the quality of life seems like it's improving. Maybe because there wasn't as big as a constraint to get like a big map done. And that's like their time was spent doing quality of life stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
Kind of something I was thinking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I think Urzikstan's going to play wildly different, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wildly different.
Ooh, I can't wait for tournaments on that. Actually going to be fire.
Dude, kickoffs? Oh, it's going to be...
The no backpack?
Oh, that's true.
No backpack, no smokes.
Smokes are definitely nerfed to the ground. I honestly think with smokes, I feel like they didn't necessarily need to nerf them because now,
they double nerfed them because you can't hold them.
Yeah, now you can't. Because of the backpack system's gone, I think with the way smokes are right now, they would be balanced right now. But the way that they nerfed them, it's like, bro, you're not going to run smokes. Like, you are not, because you can only carry one. And if you throw it, it literally is ass. Guys, the smokes are literally so bad.
They take a while to go off, and they don't. Yeah.
There's a clip of me and Verdansk throwing a smoke, and it was so, it was so funny. It literally did nothing. It's like a donut. Like, the circle is just empty, and like, it's just like this little, like, get fried. You would get fried.
The metas are gonna change in November, December, whenever the integration is. So, I mean, yeah, bro. I don't know, man. But boys, any kind of like final thoughts? I think we gave a good amount of feedback and just our general thoughts. Again, for me, definitely the beta grew on me a lot. And the movement specifically, I thought it was clunky at first, but then I added all the perks, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm moving. So, anything for you guys?
Yeah, for me, bro, like, oh my god, bro. From just playing it, obviously, like I already, like JGod said, like we already have a good COD right now. I really do enjoy playing the COD right now, but from playing BO6, like I was like, damn, I was itching. They really nailed the like arcade shooter. I know I didn't really play like Exit Fine, but like how's it called? I know that is like an arcade shooterish, but no matter. Regardless of that, like I truly did enjoy the multiplayer more. I would say, like, I know we say this a lot, or just me in general, like I truly feel like we're in for a phenomenal year.
Okay.
Phenomenal year. Like I have like, bro, a beta to be like really solid, where I'm like, holy, like I actually wanted to keep playing it. Like, damn.
All right.
I have an overall great experience, man.
Hey, Ramby, what about you, Mr. Ebatez?
I think we're gonna have a great year. I mean, it should be really good. I am a little like curious to see how the whole Urzikstan with this new movement plays out. And like, I think the improvements we've been getting on Urzikstan is good. So that makes me excited. But as far as a multiplayer standpoint, dude, I'm excited. Like I saw Hydra doing some crazy shit on some clips.
Yeah, the movement
I
demons.
feel like CDL in general is going to be nuts. Like it should be really like high energy, fast pace, which I feel like is super exciting. Obviously, like I watch a lot of competitive stuff. So, but I think even for the casuals, dude, like at the end of the day, like they probably feel a lot more free just being able to like move in any way. Cause like a lot of times I'm sure they're like trying to move backward and it's like constricting. But with all these like crouch assist, attack sprint assist, there's all these like assisted settings that will help them like go under things. Even if they don't click their button, it just helps anybody move a lot smoother and play the game how it's intended. So I think that's super nice. But yeah, I think multiplayer, everything's going to be really good. And I'm super excited to see the changes that they do for Warzone and kind of how we can continue to build off that.
Okay. All right, man. What about you, JGod?
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's kind of weird. We already have a good game where we're at. So we're going from like good to good, but different. I think the biggest issue this year was the meta stuff. But I had plenty of conversations where I'm very confident that the meta is going to be good this year. But I can't talk about it. You know, that's what sucks when you're off the record, bro.
NDA, bro's on NDA. Hold up.
No. It's just professional courtesy. But besides that, I think it's good. I think it's going to be good.
You know what's crazy? I actually know what you're talking about. I actually think I do.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think I do. Oh,
He
maybe
leaks.
not. If you're saying that, I'll text you after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
we
man,
know.
hey.
Oh,
But look, kind of besides, the point, I think that, every year take everything with a grain of salt and see how you guys interpret it. I know there's some people that hate the beta, some people that love the beta. Everybody's open to their own opinion, man. And honestly, Warzone 2, we all said that shit sucked from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think everybody agreed to that.
I've been trying to forget it.
Modern Warfare 3, I think we all said, hey, this is not a bad start.
Not bad.
And then we sure enough had a pretty decent year this year. I don't think it was like the best ever, but it was good. It was good. It wasn't bad.
It was a good year.
This year, I feel like we're in a pretty good start as well. I think we have a very strong baseline and kind of foundation. Now let's just see what happens moving forward, man. So, boys, I think that's going to conclude it for the day, man. I appreciate you guys hopping on the pod as always, Mr. Rampage, Ebatez, JGod, and everybody at home. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will be live again for another podcast very soon, probably going over a bunch of World Series and Warzone stuff. But if you guys are looking forward to hearing anything else for Black Ops 6 and integration of Warzone, let us know because we will be talking about everything moving forward, man. Appreciate you guys being here, and we'll catch you guys in the next one, baby. Peace.